today. I am just absolutely fascinated by patterns, habits, rituals, processes, systems, routines, whatever you want to call it. I am just fascinated by it. Recently, I just felt this like humongous urge to clean, to declutter, to clear my space. And I thought, you know what, that's a really good topic to talk about. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. It was just like with every part of my body, I just felt like this strong just need. It was like a need to declutter. And I was thinking about it and I'm like, did something trigger this? Did I see something on TV? Did I read something? Did I hear about something? And the more I thought about it, it is a pattern. It is something that I do every single year about this time. It's a habit, it's a ritual, and it happens every single year about this time of the year. If it's not, earlier in the fall, it is definitely happening before Christmas because Santa Claus is watching. Santa Claus is watching. And you need to clear up your space, make room for more, and you have to show that you're a good girl. You have to show that you're a good girl and clean your room and clean out all your old stuff. And then Santa Claus is happy and all the things. There could be a little bit more to this. I don't know, but we're going to dive into it more today because there's a link between decluttering and shedding extra pounds. So we're going to talk about this. It's a game changer for sure. We will cure your curiosity about that. Hello in just a minute. But first, of course, we have to start with this. We have to start with intro. Oh, I'm just having such a problem today. Wow, seriously. Hi, good morning. Welcome, Mary. Welcome. Come on, let yourself be free. Be the best. Hi, welcome. I just love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. You change things and then things go wrong. That's what happens every single time. I change things and things go wrong. Welcome, Mary. Welcome, Lori. Yeah, welcome, Misty. Welcome, Cheryl. Welcome, everyone, to the Saturday morning ritual. I am so glad that you are here to talk with us today and to my day. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me on Saturday morning ritual. We are going to start with the brain body connection today. And I know normally I want you guys to get up and to get moving and to move your body because movement is considered the human body's first language. But today we need to take it down a notch. I know that we are all busy. We've probably got a to-do list a mile long. We've got things we got to do, people we got to see, all the things. But it's really important that we take some time out for us. And that's what the Saturday morning ritual is about. It's about a moment of peace. It's about a moment of reflection and awareness and community. But we're just going to breathe in for a minute and breathe out and just set our intentions for being here today, to be present in this moment, to be here for you and to be here for your friends, to be here for me, to be present in this moment, to celebrate yourself, to learn about yourself, to learn maybe something new, to hear things that you've heard a million times before, but maybe you're hearing them in a different way today that, whatever, let's just breathe it in for a minute. and breathe it out. I'm so grateful to just have this moment. I'm so grateful that you joined me today. And I'm so grateful that you're taking this time out for you, because I think it's so important. We can't care for others as well if we're not taking care of ourselves. And I think this is a great moment of self-care. So thank you. And thank you all for being part of this community, because as I've said a million times before, it's part of the ritual. I got to say it every single week. I want you to feel supported, and I want you to feel safe here, a place that we can all, share, connect, and belong, learn from one another, influence one another to make, changes that we might be hesitant to make, to be accepting of one another, and just to share, the joy, the spirit, and the love. So thank you for being part of this community. You're so very important to me. And I hope you know how important that you really, really, truly, truly are to me. And before I get all teary-eyed, because Deanna, she likes to get all teary-eyed at things, even whenever they seem like the smallest little thing. That's what I do. That's part of my ritual too, I suppose. Hello, happy Saturday, everyone. I like that you guys are saying hello to everyone. Let's refresh everybody's memory, because we forget sometimes. We don't always remember. Where are you from? Tell her. Put it in the chat. Let us know, where are you from? We just want to remember. I know I got my Texas crew. I got Wisconsin. I think we got Carolina, maybe. I can't even see. Ohio. That's right, Ohio. That's right. See, I needed to be reminded. I love it. I hope it is a beautiful day where you're from, where you are at. It is kind of nice here in Missouri. If you didn't know, I'm from Missouri. That's where I'm at. Kind of nice today. I had a nice walk, and I got, as I often do, I got distracted while I was walking Loki, and I just meandered off down a path that I normally don't go on. And then my walk, before I knew it, was 30 minutes longer than I expected it to be. I love those kind of walks. Those are my favorite. Texas, Minnesota, Texas. Everybody's from Texas. Texas must be an awesome place to live. So first up, tell me about your victories. What successes did you have this week? Successes don't have to be big, huge. They don't have to be a milestone. They don't have to be something that you think is worthy of bragging about. Successes can be small. I got out of bed. I didn't clean my plate. I drank my water. I did my exercises. Even though I didn't do them with great enthusiasm, I got them done. I did them. I showed up for myself. I kept my promises to myself. That is a huge one. I kept my promises to myself. How many times in however many years you've been on this planet have you broken your promises to yourself? If you keep your promises to yourself, that is a huge accomplishment. You're telling yourself that you're changing, and now you're trustworthy. Huge successes. Vlogmas every day. Bless your heart, because Vlogmas is the hardest thing in the world for people to do. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of effort. There's a lot of things. Whenever you've got a good system worked out, it makes it a lot easier. But man, some of these people with their Vlogmas, whenever they are just doing something completely different and random every single day, it's like, whoa, how do you do that? It's crazy. Vlogmas is a huge, it's 70 degrees. Misty, wow. 70. Oh, you guys probably want to know just where everybody's from, just in case you're not, here with us live and you are catching the replay. Missy did. Slowly crushing my day instead of stopping. We'll get it done. Doesn't matter when, but we're going to get it done. Slow is okay. Slow and steady wins the race, right? The whole point of looking at our victories non-scale victories, whatever you want to call them. They're victories. I don't care. They're victories. Whenever we, look at these things, it just helps us become a little bit more confident. It makes us feel a little bit of pride. It puts a little bit of a smile on our face when we think about the things that we do well. Way too often, we are focused on what we did wrong, how we're not good enough, how we're not measuring up, how we're not comparing to somebody else. We want to focus on the things that we do well, things that we do good. And we want to grow those things into bigger things that we did well. I finally got caught up after work, after being out for 2 days, and oh my God, that's awesome. That is huge. Whatever, you're not caught up at work, and then the thoughts of work are just, what's the word I'm looking for? They're not letting you have your joy of your weekend. I hate that. I hate that. No weekend work worries are great weekends indeed. I feel like that's like a tongue twister. I had to say it really slow. So we want to think about these things that we did well so that we, just have that confidence in us and we just, walk a little bit taller, feel a little bit better. So let's take a moment and let's think about what things did we do well, and how can just acknowledging the things that you did well help you to be great. So we're just going to take a minute. We're going to think about that for just a second. Get your favorite notebook, get your favorite pen, or just write it down in the chat box and share with us all. But we are going to now, just celebrate. We are going to celebrate even the smallest of victories. All right, all right, all right. That's an excellent day. Of course, sometimes we do things amazingly and well, and sometimes we have setbacks or side steps or pitfalls or sand traps or I don't know, whatever you want to call it, but they happen. Did anybody have anything this week that was stressful or hard, or they didn't do as well as they wanted to do? Something that you wanted to accomplish that you didn't get accomplished, that you just need to get kind of off your chest so you can just leave it behind. When we can talk about these things, when we can share about them, sometimes, number one, it helps us to know that we're not alone, that other people have these problems too. And maybe they have a solution that we haven't thought of in order to help us to get past that. Sometimes we just feel so bad about the situation, and we feel like guilt or shame or something like that. And by sharing with others, it just helps for them to empathize with us and for us to not get stuck in that shame spiral that can definitely cause, complete, effort behavior. I'm not doing anything that to get me to any of my goals because, I just feel so bad about myself. We don't want that. We don't want that. We need to get past it. We need to get away from it. And just by saying that happened and then thinking of a solution, we can move past it. But if we just let it fester inside of us and make us feel like crap, it's not helping. It's not helping at all. So whatever it is, if you want to share it or if you don't want to share it, that is fine. Write it down on a piece of paper and to just let it go out of your brain and say, the past is the past. The past is the past. Past is the past. I didn't feel well and it made everything more. Oh, I'm so sorry you didn't feel well, Miss Steve. So I did what I could to stay consistent. It's a ritual. It's a habit. It's a routine. Even if we can't do these things 100%, we can still kind of go through the motions and it keeps us with that consistency. And it makes it so much easier whenever we get back to feeling 100%. Even when it meant leaving work 4 times one morning. 4 times. That's a lot. I didn't get very many. You'd think I could talk or something. I didn't get very many steps in this week because I was at the hot. Oh, that's hard. Obviously, there wasn't anything I could do about that, but I hate that I didn't reach my goals this week. Yeah, it's hard. Oh, man. It's really difficult whenever you have these goals that you want to reach. And part of you, is second guessing, like, well, maybe I could have this, or maybe I could have done that because you really wanted to hit that goal. But there were things out of your control that just you couldn't do it. And I know that for me personally, I've let whenever those things that are out of my control come in and keep me from getting to a goal that I've had, I know that I've let it kind of mean too much about me whenever it had nothing to do with me. So we just have to say, oh man, I wish I could, but I know that I'm going to do it the next time whenever these certain situations don't get in my way. Sometimes things come up and you're forgiven for that. You're still lovable. You're still enough. You're still awesome and amazing and perfect, even if you don't crush all your goals every single week. As long as you're still fighting for those goals, as long as you're still trying. Even if you're not, you're still amazing and you're still enough. I don't want you to think I'm going to think less of you or anything, even if you're not trying. I love you anyway. Anyway, so our pitfalls. We want to learn from them. We don't want to hold them onto them. I'm going to keep repeating that all the time. It's my ritual. So we're going to ask you some questions, of course, because we got to do the journaling thing, even those people that don't want to do it. At least you can think about these lovely questions, because I think asking ourselves questions is such a great way to get amazing answers. If we keep asking the questions, if we're not asking the questions, we're never going to get any answers. So at least we're asking the questions, even if we're not writing about it, we're still taking a second to contemplate. Breathing in and breathing out. Did I tell you guys I'm really happy you're here today? And how much joy that brings to my heart? It really does. Thank you. So the questions that we're going to be talking about next are, what is one thing that you can do right now to achieve success in the coming week? And what can you try and implement to keep that setback or sidestep from happening again? So let's just think about it for a minute as we do our little journaling. Have what it takes inside, 'cause you can make it too. If not says who, you can make it too. If not says who, you can make it. You had great patience, but something knocked you out.
felt your limitations and filled your mind with doubt. You wanna stay chill right now and don't let your eyes.
Yay! Yes. So now it's the favorite time of the day, and it's when we get to talk about the topic of the week, the next part of the ritual. Yes. So today we are talking about decluttering. And are any of you guys like, what does decluttering have to do with weight loss? Anybody think that at all? Excess clutter, it just can cause chaos in our lives. But it can also, lead to extra pounds. Stress eating. Has anybody ever done any stress eating? Clutter can cause stress, which can lead to stress eating when we're surrounded by chaos. It can be reflected in our eating habits. So, decluttering and losing weight have one huge thing in common is really what it does is it creates awareness. When you're fully aware of what you're consuming and the impact of the food on your body, it becomes a little bit more important to you to want to fill it with really good fuel. The same thing with your home and your home environment. Whenever you're clearing it out, it really creates awareness on what's really important or things that are wasting your time or all kinds of things. The Merriam-Webster dictionary, it says clutter is to fill or cover with scattered or disordered things that impede movement or reduce effectiveness. I decluttered after I lost the weight. It made it much easier. It made me much happier. It truly does. It truly does. Study after study has shown that clutter contributes to stress, anxiety, and depression. And it can also contribute to weight gain. So there's this book out there by this guy, Arthur Carmichael, and he explains how it works from a scientific perspective. And really what it comes down to is it's stress, and stress has all these different impacts on our physical bodies. There was a study done by the University of Zurich that discovered that even moderate stress changes the brain chemistry that influence self-control. Self-control, anyone? They had participants take an ice bath, which produced a moderate amount of stress. Those participants chose to eat unhealthy foods, demonstrating that when we are stressed, we seek comfort from foods that are sweet or salty or high in fat. The cortisol, the stress hormone, causes our bodies to hold onto fat. This initiates a vicious cycle where our feeling of being satisfied is altered, our metabolism is slowed, and we crave more sugary and fatty foods. Stress hormones have also been linked to inflammation, and inflammation is linked to weight gain. So, also, a cluttered kitchen environment, most importantly, has shown to contribute to higher calorie consumption and unhealthy food choices. Have you been there? Have you ever experienced this whole messy kitchen, higher calorie consumption, unhealthy food choices phenomenon? I know that I have. So if the kitchen is like cluttered, where my kitchen is, it seems to be a catch-all environment for, that's just where we enter the home. So that happens to be where we put our stuff down. It's also in the center of the home, so it seems to be the place where everything kind of collects. And as things collect and the clutter grows, less countertop space, there's all this stuff going around. It makes it so just not an inviting place to want to, cook. I don't want to make meals. I don't want to do anything in there. And it really influences how I feel about everything. So I don't know. It's just one of those things that happens. When it's a messy kitchen, I'm going to make worse choices than what I would normally make. It's just a way. I also find that whenever, my office, which is also my workout room, whenever it's cluttered, I don't want to work out. Whenever my things are not in their place, whenever I don't follow my processes, my systems, my routine, it makes things more stressful. Where are those shoes? Where is that? How can I do that? Now I've got to move this in order to do that. So decluttering our space. So some ideas, just in case you need some ideas. The new me couldn't live like that with all that stuff. Definitely need to declutter. I'm going to be off between Christmas and New Year's, so I'll be working on that stuff while I'm off. It's just, you just feel so much lighter whenever, get rid of stuff, when you get rid of all the extra nonsense going around. The only thing, I make a disaster and I have a dirty kitchen. Yeah. The cooking shows, it's just not fair because they just make cooking look so much fun. They have crews to come in and clean up. I would cook all the time if I had a crew to come in and clean up. I've been cooking all the time. Love it. That whole cleanup stuff. Oh, yeah. Decluttering your space. Get rid of stuff that you have not used within a year. I trademarked it, the Deanna Closet Maintenance System. So whenever I put stuff in my closet, everything moves from left to right or right to left, depending on the closet, which is weird. I know. I can't even understand that myself. But anyway, as I put my clothes in the closet, I just, put them on the left side and then push everything else down to the right. Everything gets pushed down to the right. And then I have two closets. So all my summer clothes are in the backup closet. And then all my winter clothes currently are in the main closet. I push stuff down. Any items that are at the very end of the backup closet, those are items that I just don't wear. I haven't worn them in a long time because that's how far back they got pushed. So I know that those items, they can go. I haven't worn those in a long time. It makes it really, really easy. Also, I don't allow myself any more hangers than the hangers I already have. If I get a new item of clothing, that means an item of clothing has to go because I'm only allowed this much space, and it just keeps me from accumulating too much clothing clutter. I have my dresser. That is all the space that I have. I'm not allowed to go beyond that amount of space. It just clothing clutter. There was a time when I had gobs and gobs and gobs of clothes. And I had clothes in every single size from a size 4 to a size 22. I do not need clothes in every single size. We need to get rid of it. It's not helping me. So if you're holding on to smaller clothes, thinking someday I'm going to fit into those, that can create negative thoughts subconsciously in your mind. They can make you feel negative about yourself. They can make you feel like you're never going to get there, instead of what you really want to feel is hopeful that you will get there. But whenever you see them, they bring up these, these negative thoughts. Think about how they make you feel. Are they making you feel good? And if they're not making you feel good, then they're probably not helpful for you. If you've got bigger clothes and you've shrunk in size, is it good to, do you need to hold on to those? Why are you holding on to that? Ask yourself some important questions. Sometimes, though, it's really important that we want to start small with weight loss. I always say start small. You want to make small changes over time. Clutter works the same way, too. We don't want to overwhelm ourselves and think, oh my God, I've got to declutter everything, because that's just too much. Cluttering can be very stressful. Cluttering can bring up a lot of emotions. Cluttering can, it can take some time because you want to process, your thoughts and your feelings while you're doing it. So you want to start, with small areas. Start with a little closet. Start with just a table. Start with, there's so many. Start small, whatever you do. Start small. Just take 15 minutes a day to start decluttering. Whatever it is, just really go slow. Whatever we put these grandiose expectations on ourselves that I'm going to clear it all out, and then you don't, then here we go. We feel like we're just not achieving our goals again. Make them really small. What can I do today? How much time do I have today? What's really, doable? What can I do? Hello, Cassandra. Welcome. Struggling with it. Jeff, I think I said hi, but hello. Thank you for being here today. So appreciative of you. Excuse my hustling, but I still don't cook. I'm struggling with this. It was a lot of clothes. That was some bags, man. Go back to Misty. Misty has a channel here on YouTube. If you're not familiar with her, go to her channel. She has a whole video whenever she did and she moved and she cleaned out, and she had all these bags. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. I just went through and took a lot of jeans that don't fit me well, took them out of my closet. Yes. Just, even if you're not ready to get rid of something, put it in a holding zone. Put it in a holding zone, okay? You can sit there for another 6 months. And if I don't need you in those 6 months, don't go fuzzy on me. If you don't use those items in those 6 months, then maybe then you can reevaluate and think, can I get rid of it? That's a great way of doing it. Hello. Like when everybody says hello. So clearing our space, clearing our items, all of those things. Just take some time, 2 to 3 times per week. Mail. Do you let mail like pile up and cause clutter somewhere instead of just throwing it away right away? Do you not put stuff back where you got it? These are easy ways to keep things clutter free. Not necessarily even the big grandiose project of, oh, I got to get rid of all this stuff. Just these little small, having a 5-minute routine at the end of your workday to tidy up some things can be so beneficial to your mind and your space, and just really clear your head. But there's stuff that we have to declutter that's not even stuff. What kind of, you guys let me know, what kind of stuff do you think that we need to declutter that isn't physical stuff? Yes, coffee table. Becomes the junk drawer of the living room. And it's just like, why do we have all these hair clips on this coffee table? Why are these socks here? Why did somebody put the cat toy there? People. Oh my God, we need to declutter people that suck. Yes. Oh, it can be. Sometimes we have those people that suck that we can't declutter, and that sucks. But yes, we need to declutter people. What else? What other stuff in our life that isn't physically stuff do we need to declutter in our life? I don't have any great tips. I wish I did. I wish I was like the person to go to for um, getting rid of people that suck. But declutter negative thoughts. That is excellent. Oh my God. Yes. Your pantry. Oh my gosh. Declutter the pantry. How many times have you like reached for something at the grocery store and then fully intending to grab one thing, you grabbed the wrong thing? And something that you're never going to use. Oh my God. Yes, Jazz. Jazz. That's gold. We need to declutter shame and guilt for our past choices. Let it go. Get it out of your mind. Get it out of your mind. All of these worries, these anxieties, the should list. I should have. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, get rid of it. It's not, how is it helping you to keep all of those things in your life? If it's not benefiting you, we need to let it go. Let it go. Sing the song, let it go. It's okay. Email might be something that we need to declutter. Is there any emails that you're getting that don't serve you? I've known people that have lost weight and they're like approaching their goal weight and they're still, they're in regular sized clothes and they're still getting emails from stores that only cater to plus size people. Why? They have an unsubscribe button. You can unsubscribe. You don't need those emails anymore. Maybe you have a good reason for keeping them. I don't know. But look at your emails and see, is there anything that I can get rid of? We did the best we could do in the moment. It's so easy to look back now and think we could have done different, but we did what we thought was best. Exactly. That's who we were at that time. And that's what we thought was best, That's okay. Having a storage or organization system. I was telling my husband the other day how I think I would love to organize closets for a living. I love organizing closets. I love organizing things. I like to put things in neat little containers and to put labels on things and all of that stuff. I just would just like get a kick out of it. But I like all the fun little gadgets that you buy, but that stuff's expensive. Expensive. I tend to organize in the free boxes, the paper boxes that I get from work. I also like to take any boxes that you can get. So if you're getting a lot of Amazon boxes delivered to your house, maybe you have some soda boxes, this stuff, contact paper. It makes the box pretty. Put contact paper on any old box, and then you got a pretty little box. So that's my cheapskate way of doing things because I want all those fancy little containers and I want the nice little labels and stuff, but I don't want to pay for them. So I just find cheap ways that I can do it on my own that works for me. And so that's what I do. I wish I could have everything in a, perfectly matchy tote and all cute, but no, mine's mishmash of whatever, but it does still bring me joy. So even my storage brings me joy. So yeah, the other things that we need to declutter in our life. So sometimes it could be our to-do list or our wish list or our priorities, just our mind. If we take a moment and declutter all of that, the to-do list, the wish list, the priority, write it all down and just figure it out. What is really important today? And everything else is tomorrow's problem. Everything else is tomorrow's problem. What can I do today? And I don't need to think about those other things until tomorrow. They're tomorrow's problem. Today, I'm going to do these 3 things. And whenever you know what you're going to do. You don't get stuck in overwhelm. You don't get frozen in, I don't know what to do. So you do nothing instead. And you can say, oh, I can do these 3 things. Cool. You mark them off your list. And then tomorrow you can be like, cool, I mark those things off instead of doing nothing. Look at me. I'm amazing. Victory. Victory. Thanks, Jazz. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. I got these things done. And you move on to the next things on the list. But whenever we write it down, it really helps our mind to stop focusing on it, because you put it in the okay, we're going to do it later. It's over there. Somehow writing it down makes a difference. So, of course, nice little fun talk about decluttering. Do you guys feel like, oh my God, I'm so excited, I'm going to go and declutter only if I didn't have 500 other things I have to do today? But let's just take a minute and let's think about decluttering for a second. Let's think about it and how, oh wait, here we go. How does your living space make you feel right now? Let's just think about that. Identify one area that if it was decluttered, would it bring you a sense of relief, or how would it make you feel? Reflect on a time when stress led to unhealthy eating habits. And is that cluttery space causing you any stress? And then envision your ideal clutter-free space. How does that impact your overall well-being? So let's just take a second here to think about those things. Write it down. We'll be back in.
Took some time, but we pointed out that tomorrow isn't here and now, baby. An absent mind came to roam around, captured you in a foggy cloud, baby. Standing on my toes on the edge, I'm ready to go. See it clear when the shadows are lit, I'm ready to go. I'm taking matters into my own hands now. Let's face it, we only got this life to live out. So follow me, I'm ready to go. I'll take the lead, I'm ready to go. So follow me, I'm ready to go. I'll take the lead, I'm ready to go. Ready to go. Ready to go. Ready to go.
So, what one thing? Is there one thing that you are going to clear out today? Make it just a little bit less cluttery? Anything? Oh, you can't hear the music? Oh, no. I wonder why. Thank you for telling me. God, yes, that's pretty embarrassing. So embarrassing. Thank you very much. Oh, then you could hear it. Huh. Wonder what happened. I guess whenever I'm not sharing that screen, you can't hear it. Is that what's going on? Let me know. Be my guide. Help me be better. the whole time you could hear it, Cheryl. Anyway, what one thing are you going to declutter? Is it just going to be the coffee table? Is it going to be the pantry? Is it going to be your closet? Maybe your car needs to be decluttered. Maybe you start there. If you spend a lot of time in your car, I know they can get cluttery. Maybe we need to declutter our car. Let me know. It was when I switched screens. Okay, cool. So what are we going to declutter? That is going to be part of what we're talking about next. It's the next to last, well, actually it's the last segment of the Saturday morning ritual. We are not failing. We are planning. Yeah, hall closet. Oh, that's the catch-all. Got to clean. Got to get rid. We got to make room for new. That is we just make room. We make room for activity. We make room for our thoughts. We make room for us. We make room to just feel joy. I'm serious. I love to, every year I do it. It's, as I started at the very beginning, I feel like this uncontrollable urge, it has to be done. It's like the thing that's been just ingrained in me from a very early age. And I believe it had to do with Christmas. And I believe it had to do with Santa Claus because I had to be a good girl and because Santa was watching. And I think that's where it became such an important part of my life. But it's a thing I do a lot. What's the plan for the week? We got to take a look at your calendar. The next 7 days. What can we do to make sure that we are going to be successful over the next 7 days? What can we do? Take a look. Let's see. Do we have any challenges that we know are coming up, like work stress, family stress? Do we have any, big parties we got to plan for or things we have to do? What's the weather look like? Is the weather going to be a challenge for you in getting your exercise in, or even just with your mood? Is the weather going to have an impact on your mood? And what can you do to make sure that you're keeping that mood elevated? Sometimes we don't think about how these minor little things can really impact us. But whenever I'm in a bad mood because the weather sucks, it can prevent me from doing exercise. It can prevent me from wanting to cook. It can prevent me from wanting to go to the store. So if I plan around that, then I have a better chance for success. If I know that it's going to be storming all day on a Saturday, when I normally go to the grocery store, I'm not going to want to go to the grocery store. I don't want to carry groceries in and out and all that stuff. So I got to plan in advance to go before then or to pick up my groceries or whatever it may be. So we want to make a plan. It just helps us with our clarity. It helps us get us in the direction that we want to go. It helps us know which path to take as we walk through the week. It helps with that. It helps with our motivation. Whenever we have a clear plan, we're not guessing every day what is it that we need to do. So I love to have a nice, clear plan ahead of me so that I know what to do. Decluttering. Oh, this guy, Peter Walsh, he created a whole book about how just decluttering can help you lose weight. He has a whole weight loss plan around decluttering, which I haven't read the full book, but I find it absolutely fascinating that just by doing this one thing, it could really make a huge impact on you. I was going somewhere with that, and then I totally lost my train of thought. But yeah, really want it back. So we're just going to go to the quotes because I can't remember what it was. What I know for sure is that when you declutter, whether it's your home, your head, your heart, it's astounding what will flow into that space that will enrich you, your life, and your family. Peter Walsh said that. That is the quote of the week. Give it a try. See how it helps you out. Oh, I know. My gosh. So not only is it good for, all of that, but think of all of the lifting and squats and movement you'll get in while you're decluttering. So it's an added bonus to your decluttering. It's not just you get rid of all that stuff, but you also get some good, functional fitness in, which is always a bonus. Always a bonus. So with that, I'm going to leave you guys for the day. Again, I want to thank you for being here. I appreciate you so, so very, very much. I hope that you guys have a great and amazing and awesome. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. I will see you guys.
Best live your life with no regrets. Come on, your body. Come on, your body. Come on, let yourself be free. Be the best that you can be. Come on, your body. Come on, your body. Only settle